Hey, Jess, how are you?
Hi. Sorry I'm late. Do you know what? I just smashed a big bottle of water everywhere.
Like all over the
There's
house?
actually water. Right now, I just had a mess and there's like water all over there, but I'm going to leave it and deal with it after.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Just water. It's only water. I'm just like, it's so annoying. I was like rushing because the laptop wasn't kept turning on. And then like this glass bottle that I've got just decided to smash itself over.
I'm going to say that that's good luck for this interview.
I think it's good luck too. I think it's good luck.
Jess Glynne, it is so awesome finally meeting and chatting with you because I've been such a fan of yours and your voice for so long. Welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you. So good to be here. Nice to meet you too.
Can I just say that your hair is looking magnificent right now?
I know, it's really large, isn't it? I know.
I'm a little jealous right now. Congratulations on your new smash, Friend of Mine. It is so incredible.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I can't wait to find out how this song was born. But first, since this is the first time we're chatting, let's get to know Jess Glynne a little better with Finky's Firsts.
Okay.
So you've had music in your life pretty much your entire life because your mom was in the industry as well, right?
Yeah, she was in the industry actually years ago. So like she was in the industry before I was born and then had me and then slowly realized that she just was going to be a mum for a bit. So she exited.
But was music what you originally wanted to get into or was there something else you wanted to be when you were growing up?
So my whole life, music's been important to me and surrounded by it. My parents are such big music lovers. And I've always loved singing since I was a little girl. I never thought it was going to be my career. I never realized that it was actually something that I could actually do. And obviously later on in life when I decided to pursue it, I mean, it was, a dream come true that it all kind of worked out. But yeah, I've always been obsessed with like singing and music. I think early on in my life, I kept it very private and kind of to myself just because at school and stuff, it wasn't like, I wasn't massively supported by my school. And I think there was a lot of kind of, insecurities put in my head. So I kind of put it to the side for a while. And it wasn't until later on that I was like, right, what do I want to do? Everybody's going to uni, everybody's doing this and that. And all I want to do is work as a creative in the music industry. So I started, so I actually managed to get a job as in a music management. And that's when I realized that I was like, oh, I don't want to do the business. I want to be the artist.
Yeah,
So,
the business is annoying.
The business is annoying. However, I'm so grateful that I had that job because it taught me all about the business and I got I got the 401.
Yeah, that's smart. Now, really quickly, 4 years ago, you did a bit on The Voice Australia where you actually went through the blind auditions. What was that like as an established artist already?
Do you know what? It was so crazy the way they invited me onto the show to do it. And I was so confused, but it was really cool because it was it kind of gave me an insight into what people go through in that kind of, in those competitions. I could never do that. I was already established and I was doing it, for the joy and for it was a pleasure being there. But I was so scared.
Yeah.
I had all the chairs back to me, but I was like, why am I scared? You're not in a competition, Jess. You're not in it. But I was terrified. I was like, this is so nerve-wracking. It really is nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I could not imagine doing that.
What they put I give them so much respect to put themselves on a platform to be judged like that. Wow. Go you.
A few weeks ago, I was chatting with Vera Blue, who also went through the whole process, and I just couldn't imagine because she had a judge turn around really fast, but then had to continue to perform for the rest that hadn't turned around. So it's like, That's terrifying.
That's nuts. So she was actually in the competition.
Yeah, she was in the competition.
Right. Kudos to her. Like, I just don't know how people do that. It's amazing, but I couldn't.
Yeah, there's no way. Now, you have some amazing songs, of course. Hold My Hand, Rather Be, My Love, One Touch, your latest smash, Friend of Mine. Those are just a few. Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I do remember the first song I ever wrote. Yeah, I couldn't sing it to you.
No,
but
come on, share.
I actually don't. No. I couldn't. I need to like go and listen to it. But I do remember this is the first song I ever wrote. It's terrible.
I love how you get quiet.
It was definitely not one of my best moments.
What was it about?
It was actually just like a club song, just being a girl and like, oh.
Oh my God. Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Listen, we all got to start somewhere. It wasn't my finest moment.
Now, your voice is absolutely amazing and very distinguishable. It's very strong as well. It's very kind of like Becky Hill's voice where it's very strong. And I asked her the same question. What's the first thing you do to make sure that you don't strain your voice when you're performing?
I think for me, like I've been through a lot with my voice, and so I've really learned how to take care of it. And I think I have a very powerful voice, and that's just how that's how it comes out. But it's not actually me. There's no strain or extra push. It's just how I sing. But I take a lot of care in like my warm ups and my warm downs, and I'm very much like vocal health because I've been through a lot with it, and it's like I don't want to go back through the trauma that I've already been through.
Yeah, I can imagine. As somebody in the radio business, I lost my voice and actually had to be on complete no speaking for 3 days. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah. Imagine doing it for 3 weeks.
No way.
I had to do that. I had to not talk, not say a word for 3 whole weeks. Nothing.
So let me see if it was the same for you. After the 3 weeks, was it the weirdest thing speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea what I even sounded like after that.
I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to come out?
Well, thank God it came back. Now, you've got a Grammy Award. You've been nominated for umpteenth awards. But do you remember the first recognition or award that you actually got?
Wow. Okay. That's a good question. I reckon one of the first I used to love horse riding. And I remember doing competitions and coming third in a show jumping competition. I remember that very well.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you still ride?
I mean, I haven't actually for like a couple of years, to be honest. It's quite sad. But yeah, like any opportunity I would.
That's incredible. Well, as mentioned, you've got some amazing classics. You've, of course, worked with some amazing DJs, producers, and artists. Do you remember the first song that got you into EDM?
It's such a strange thing, because I'm such a soulful artist, and I love, like, I'm a ballads girl, and I love, like, my mid-tempos, and I love songs. Like, growing up, like Aretha, Amy, Lauryn Hill, like, Etta James, like, those people is what I listen to for singing, like Mariah, Whitney, like, those are my people that I listened to growing up. And that's the music that like really makes me want to make music. And the dance world, I guess it's a weird one because I never really, I love pop music, right? So like pop music is my thing. And I think when I basically went to the studio with Route 94 and we did My Love, it was a whole nother world, like, for me. But you know what? It's like that CeCe Peniston kind of energy where it's like you have that powerhouse vocal and you have that, like, that soul in you, but then it kind of translates onto a dance record. And I think that's the beauty in the songs that I've done, is that I've been able to, like, still do my ballads and still do my, my powerhouse vocal records, but also mix it in with the dance stuff. And I think that's what's like the beautiful side of music, is that, and especially I think with me, is that I can be diverse like that. And so I think I never thought I'd be coming into the scene doing that kind of record. And it's kind of amazing that it's like what I've grown to love, and it's what a part of my career and a part of who I am now. But yeah, it's like, do you know what? It's something that is hard to explain.
No, you explained it perfectly.
Yeah.
Something that I always say is one thing that proves a good dance song is when you can strip everything away and it still sounds amazing. That's what's so great about your songs is with your voice, you can strip everything away and it's still an amazing song.
I think that's the beauty, like, and that's the most important thing with me with songs is that I want to always know that I can sit at a piano and sing it. And when I have stripped a friend of mine back and we've done a performance of it, which you might see. Yeah, we've done like this now, honestly, and it's so because of the lyric and because of the actual, because of the song, it feels so special. And it's weird actually, because I'm like, do I prefer this version or that version? But it's so beautiful because of the song. Yeah, 100%.
Well, let's talk about this smash. How was Friend of Mine born?
So Friend of Mine was made not even that long ago. It was like, I reckon it was in September that I went in the studio. Yeah, like it's been a really quick turnaround, but like I went in and it was like I was working with one of my longtime collaborators and one of my bestest friends, Jin. And we were working with Sub Focus, drum and bass. And it's crazy because I'm not a drum and bass girl. Like I've never done a drum and bass record.
I was going to say, this is your introduction into drum and bass.
Yeah, and so I was a bit nervous going into drum and bass room because I've never done and I was like, I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, right, let's go in, get a smash. Not get a smash. I was like, not get a smash. I don't ever talk like that. I was like, get a wicked lyric, get a wicked moment, like give them what they need, like to make that record kind of whatever. I was like, let's just bish bash bosh it. Anyway, and we went in and actually it was a really beautiful session because all of us really connected. It was me, Jin, Nick, and this guy Ollie as well. And actually, I feel like the song is a drum and bass record, but it's also a pop record with like a beautiful piano and a beautiful kind of like pop hook. So it's like, I love it for so many reasons because I love the drop in it. It gets me gassed. And then I love the like journey of like the way that the record starts and you get to really hear me and hear the lyric and hear the message. Because I think for me, the most important thing is with music is that it connects and it makes you feel something. And I think a lot of my songs that have translated are the songs that have given people a feeling or a message or like been a kind of a hand holder for them in like them going through something or needing a voice of support or like feeling like you're not alone. And I think that's why I love music is, being able to like listen to something, it to feel like it's my friend or like it's like doing a job for me. And so I think with this song, it's like, it feels that even when I listen to it still, it's like, it's doing a job for me. And actually I did this performance last night. For the first time, I jumped back on stage at a small kind of intimate show. And it was just like really beautiful to see people like really feel and like sing the song. Like I was stood on this stage and it's the first time I've done a show like that small in a really long time. And like, there were so many people like so emotional, but it's hard to see that on one hand, but then it's also so beautiful to know that like that song means something to them,
Yeah, I would probably, if I saw that in the audience, that would probably like bring me to tears seeing everybody going through it.
I actually ended up like, I was like in the middle of the song and I was like, better give this girl a hug. So like jumped down to give her a hug. Then I looked over there and my best mate was in tears. Then this other girl and I was like, what's going on?
What's happening?
The song. It's like, but it was really beautiful because it's just like, it really shows how much music is important to us. And I feel like, the world at the moment is going through such a crazy time and it's really hard to like sometimes see past the darkness. And I think music allows you to kind of live in your own little world. And like, I think bringing those moments of joy where you can, it's really important.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, something that I love to find out is how many different versions there are of a song from when you start working on it, all the tweaking to when you finally put it out. Do you know what the final V was, A Friend of Mine?
Do you know with this one, I'm pretty sure that it was the least amount of versions I reckon I've done of a song.
Really?
I can't say exactly that, like, and give you a fact. However, it was definitely I don't think we were past like 4 versions.
Now, with your songs, do you tweak them a lot?
Honestly, that's a really tricky question because you know what? Every song is different. And it's like, sometimes it's just for writing purposes, you write the song and you get the bones of it. And then it's like, after you finish the bones of the record, you then hear all the other parts to it and where it's going to go and what it's going to be. And it's like, not until you've written it, like, say, with a piano, that it then turns into something else. Like Hold My Hand, I remember, you know, sitting at the piano with Jack, and I wrote that with Jin as well. And I remember being in the room and we wrote the song. And actually I had a really similar feeling to the feeling that I had with a friend of mine with Hold My Hand. And it's a really rare feeling when you write a song like that. It really is rare. And I remember with Hold My Hand, I didn't know necessarily where it was going to go musically. And it definitely evolved a lot. Because it was like originally quite like, it was very piano based and like, it didn't like, you know how the hook goes into, I'm ready for this and no denying. Like that whole section, for example, wasn't that. It's crazy how it evolved.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's kind of like it. It's just, there's no right exact answer for that because it's different for everything. But then I've done this song on my album, for example, where I wrote it, I went into the studio, I finished it I was working with Greg Kirsten, and we wrote the song, I sang it, and then it's pretty much not changed. It's like been exactly the same. And then we just added some strings and stuff. So it's like, it depends. It's a really special thing because it's like, it's different every time. It keeps it interesting and exciting.
Yeah, each song has its own story. Well, congratulations on Friend of Mine. It is such a smash. Congratulations on the Summer 2024 tour that you just announced.
Yeah, we're going to be back.
That is so amazing. Jess Glynne, as I said, it is an honor finally meeting you and chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time on America's Dance 30.
Thank you so much for having me. It honestly means a lot to me.